Hi, this is the Pinterest interview questions given to the array, and what you have is the empty string or a non-empty string that will represent an object. So you can have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and until Z, right? Or any like number that is represented string format. So if they share the same non-empty value and also is adjacent horizontally or vertically, you want to just keep counting. So your task is to identify all unique non-empty object. So you want to connect to a group of sets of 2 or more. So which means you cannot do like this. So imagine you have A empty string, an empty string, B, C, C, D, D. So the connecting object is going to be this and this. So by yourself it's not connecting, so you shouldn't count. And then you just return whatever the connecting object. So it will be B and D, right? So let's dive into the example pretty quickly. So in the first example, A, B, C. Alright, anyway, this is a graph, okay? So these are connected. Connect, 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 connect. So the answer will be A, B, this is E, this is C, this is F. And the second one, I'm just going through every single test case. Second one, this will be Y, Z, W, and X doesn't have it. 3 will be everything P, it looks like P, and then Q, so R doesn't have it. And the last one will be this. So A, B, C, that's it. S, U, T, S, W, V, U, W, T, W. Anyway, so some of them might be duplicate, right? But it doesn't matter if they're connecting more than 2, then you can just add. All right, so the way to do this is pretty much like number of island. You're trying to count how many island in the grid, and the number of island in the grid only represents 0 and 1. Probably there's 2 will be a blocker. 0 represents empty, 1 represents an island. But in this case, it's more advanced. What you need to do is you want to keep track of how many islands count you have, and just be careful about what you are going to update it, or keep track of count how many island you are in neighbor. So what you want to do is you want to have pretty much the 2 for loop traverse the grid, and then you want to have a visit. The visit represent the cell you traverse, so you don't want to keep traversing again, because once you are starting from here, you want to expand your direction, 4 different direction, and then what you want to do is you want to make sure it's not visit first, because if this is a visit, you don't need to traverse again, even though it's connected. Okay, so this might be a trick. And also you want to make sure like if you're connecting to another object, then this will be the one of them to add into your map. So I would say S, and my map would be like 2, something like this. I would just say, oh, S already has at least 2 or 3, something like this. Alright, so let's jump into the solution. So I do have a find connecting object taking a to the array string. So I check the base case. I declare my row and columns, initialize my visit boolean. I also make sure my max component size for each character, right? And I traverse 2D, and then I make sure the current cell is not empty, current cell is not traversed, I make sure I pull the value from the grid first. I traverse the grid based on my current cell, and this is all the component that I want to pass in, and I check my size. I mean, I will check my size later, but I'm just keep updating my maximum every single time whenever I break my DFS. Okay, so and at the end I will have a return. Sorry, at the end I will have a result. I'm going to track off the value, which is key value pair. This is going to be the maximum component that you're connecting. So if this is 1, then you don't care. But if this is 2, more than 2, you want to add your key and then sort it and then return. So how do you do DFS? Pretty straightforward. Declare M&M, rows and columns. This is a boundary check. This is going to be a mark that you are, it's checked for have you been to this cell or not. And this is going to be are they equal? If they are not, then you return 0 right away. And then immediately you're going to say this equal to true because the cell you already traversed. And immediately you're going to declare the size equal to 1 because your current position, like imagine you're starting from here, your current position is size of 1. If you expand 4 different directions, that you will increment based on whatever the size you have, right? So this will be go up, I believe, yeah. I minus 1 go up, I plus 1 go down, j minus 1 go left, j plus 1 go right, and then you just keep adding and then return the size. So this will be the pretty easy solution. So yeah, if you actually compare a result, they are all the same. None of them should be difficult, but this should be the best ultimate solution. If you have any idea, please leave a comment and I'll see you later. Bye.